goes on to program an entire network to success.
Absolutely.
It makes $500 million a year. Now, it turns out we don't have another Brandon Tartikoff on our hands. What we have is a 23-year-old kid whose dad was rich and gave him a Porsche Audi dealership.
Basically, his dad set him up.
And he has no business acumen.
He's just hoping not to run this into the ground too quickly.
Yeah, because he's giving the cars away. He's such an idiot. He doesn't know how to strike a good deal.
It's really cute because he's one of those kids who, really looks young. So he's grown a beard to cover up his baby face.
He is?
Doesn't he have a hair on his face?
Yeah.
Mustache?
I don't remember. Do you guys remember?
I thought he had a little beard.
Part of the placenta.
He what?
Part of the placenta stuck to his face.
Yeah, that's how young he is. Still has the placenta attached. Anyway, this Porsche Audi dealership is located at 158 Merrick Road, Amityville, New York, one block east of Route 110, wherever that is.
Yeah.
Amityville. And, of course, there's a great sales team there. Harris, Artie, Don, and Michael, who are probably this Putz's friends. Mm-hmm. And he just gave them all jobs.
And the only way they'll stay friends is if he mentions their names on the radio.
That's right. They've got the hot new Porsche 944 Turbo, the popular Audi 5000, and all of them are at ridiculously low prices because they don't know what they're doing.
Hello, look, do yourself and everyone else a favor. Don't drink and drive.
For the past 13 years, the NFL has been working to make America better through NFL.
Willie B. Williams. And here we are where once a year everyone in the entire radio community gets together. And I'm honored once again, third year in a row, to be hired as host. And you, Robin, as hostess for the...
And isn't it wonderful that everyone in the radio community forgets their prejudices, their animosity, and they get together, everybody gets dressed up, and the audience looks beautiful.
Yeah, look at it over there. Look at Bernard Meltzer. His arm is around Dr. Judith Kuriensky, even though they're on opposite radio stations. And even though those two personalities battle it out every day, look at that over there. Ted Brown with his arm around, that is touching, around Jack Spector.
Oh, wonderful.
Hey, are those two guys homos? No way. They're real men who know how to appreciate one another. But I'll tell you something, after today, they go back to being arm in arm, at arm's length, rather.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you, this is really touching. It's time now to make our next presentation in the radio AMEs.
What's the next category?
Next category, closest to a nervous breakdown on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, our three nominees. Number one, Soupy Sales for the Soupy Sales Show, where he berates Howard Stern, Soupy Sales producer.
Well, okay, let's see. You ask me anything you want. Let me tell you this. Okay, all right, good. Okay, I'm glad you asked because I'm going to clear it up right now. The reason that I have disagreements is not because I'm being temperamental, and I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I did.
All right, there you go. Let's hope he wins this year.
First nomination.
Our next nominee and closest to a nervous breakdown on the air, Don Imus.
All right.
You know what this guy's going to do? This reporter from us, he's going to do a first-person thing about being on with you and not me. So I'm kind of going to work out where you really I like enough kind of be featured, Howard.
All right.
Big performance for Imus.
And our third nominee, Howard Stern, for the Howard Stern Show. Howard Stern has a nervous breakdown over Billy Joel not being on his show. I better see Billy Joel in this studio, prontissimo, as soon as he sets foot in the building. Now, you told me when you hired Soupy Sales he wasn't going to interfere with my show!
And I meant that.
Everybody's interfering with me here. How am I supposed to get ratings?
You've got ratings.
I want more ratings.
Howard, you're big.
What's big is between my legs.
Oh.
There it is.
Well, I certainly remember that.
There it was. Three of the most incredible performances one has ever heard on radio.
Who's going to win?
And I have the envelope here. Robin,
Who is it?
I don't want to read it because if it's me, it'll look kind of tacky.
Let me do the honors. Oh my goodness! The winner is Howard Stern.
Whoa! Thank you. Accepting for Howard Stern is me, Howard Stern. Let me just say something. Oh, wait a second. I don't know what to say.
I know, this is incredible.
Oh, man.
Take your time.
Oh, first of all, let me say something here. To the other guys who lost the awards, Soupy, who had a nervous breakdown over my show, that was really a beautiful performance, but, oh, man, you're a great performer. IMS, who is completely incoherent, even though he's off drugs. I just want to say you're great, too, and I want to say to my partner, Robin Quivers, to Fred Norris, Bruce the Engineer, Jackie the Joke Man, Al Rosenberg, Boy Gary, Billy Sabatini, all the people who put the show together, Robin. I would just like,
Oh, no. What a wonderful moment this is. And he's so touched. Oh.
Let me just say one last thing. You know, creativity in this entire radio industry has gone down, and it's something to people. Oh, never mind.
A standing ovation.
Thank you. Go to commercial. I can't.
Dear, where are you going with those little pizzas?
Well, Junior's invited.
Bouzet is new to this country. However, Bouzet has been the most popular wine in France for the past 200 years, which I think is important. The taste exhibits a fruity taste, full-bodied. And who knows more about wine than the French?
That's right.
That's right. And who hates Americans more than the French? So let's buy their wine.
How do you spell Bouzet? A lot of people have been asking that question.
B-U-Z-E-T, yes.
Ooh.
Very popular question. Send your questions about Bouzet to us here at the radio station. Now you can enjoy Bouzet wine for less with their $2 rebate offer off the suggested retail price. And I believe it's news time.
That's right, Howard.
Big news, of course, Robin, is Al Rosenberg's son's bar mitzvah.
Absolutely, and everybody who didn't get an invitation, they just aren't, they aren't stars.
Jackie, were you invited to Al Rosenberg's son's bar mitzvah?
Not allowed. It's too far. I'll be in Fort Wayne.
He'll be in Fort Wayne.
I knew that. He knew that. I knew that. I checked Jackie's itinerary.
Nice going, Al.
I think Susie's going to be there. The Post is sending several reporters.
Al's really getting off on this, that his son's bar mitzvah is being mentioned on the air, and
oh, yes.
And that Imus will be coming, and then Howard Stern will be coming. Did you invite Soupy, Al? You guys get along. Soupy?
Who?
Soupy and Jack Spector?
Oh, no. It's a Saturday. They nap.
It's true, they nap on Saturdays. I forgot.
Any other stars going to be there? Madonna, Sean Penn?
Freddie, how much money? Are you going to give money or a gift to Al's son? I bet you Freddie's going to give a gift.
Cash.
Cash?
Cash.
How much?
I don't know. I was thinking about $10 or something. It's only 13 for crying out loud.
Pay for your meal.
Yeah, but it's not, you see,
It's not the point to pay for the meal, is it, Al?
No, the point is that
The cash.
I don't think Freddie understands it. It's not for the kids so much. It's the parents you give the money to.
Al, Lyndon gave him.
Lyndon gave his kid, for his other bar mitzvah, a couple of cheap record albums, which I know didn't go for more than $2.50 each. They were cutout records.
Lyndon
I've
gave
got
your,
Lyndon beat.
Lyndon gave your son record albums?
Cutout
He
records.
gave my kid a Led Zeppelin album and some other thing.
Which
Are
he probably
you
got
kidding?
from that bag.
What a nut.
Gee,
I
now
figured-
I know what I'm going to give.
Damn right. Give him a cheap record. Sure.
What are you giving his son in monetary terms?
I hadn't really thought about it. What are you going to do?
Well, I really know what the proper thing is to do.
Well, why don't you tell me?
The proper thing, I'm going to give Al's son $100.
Well, if you're giving $100...
Yeah. Of course. I would do that because I'm in an awkward position.
Yeah, you have to make a show of things.
Yeah, I'm a celebrity.
We talking cash or a bond?
No, not a bond. At first, my wife said, get him a bond because that's only $75. And then...
yeah, it matures.
I'll give $100.
Yeah.
It's too much. We had a big discussion about it. My wife was saying, just give $50. I said, what are you, crazy? I said, this is Al, a guy I work with. I appreciate his work. It's not for the kid I'm doing it for Al. But, Robin, you don't appreciate Al, so...
No, that's right, and he's getting $10 now.
No, because you're a woman and you're single and you...
Yeah, I'm not giving for a whole family, you see.
Right. $50 would be appropriate, Robin.
50?
Gary, aren't you glad you weren't invited?
He is invited.
Oh, you are invited. Oh, Gary's invited, but we're not supposed to say it on the air? Oh. Hey, Bruce, I think that means you're the only one from the show not invited.
Gary was trying to help Al save face.
Gary, come here for a second. You are invited to Al's son's bar mitzvah?
I reek of embarrassment.
You're as red as your shirt.
No, you reek, period. You reek of embarrassment.
Is that what that smell is?
Yeah. Want to throw it out.
Am I red or what?
Why were we keeping this a secret from Bruce?
He would find out.
It wasn't just from Bruce. It was. We
Oh, yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
He would have found out.
Yeah, it was just. I don't know, Al. Why were we doing this, Al?
Why were we doing it? Howard said, Gary, are you invited? You said no.
And then you kissed my arm for not saying yes.
No, you had your bleeding, and I wanted to...
Where's Bruce? He already left the room.
I think he's up on the ledge.
Well, I'm supposed to be representing the producer segment since no manager was invited.
Oh. So, Bruce, come here. You're the only one not invited to Al Rosenberg's son's bar mitzvah.
True. That's not true.
Bruce, I don't know what that means.
Let's not make him feel any more embarrassed than he already is, okay? That's not true.
Al, you're going to be responsible for Bruce slitting his wrists.
Al, I think you ought to invite Bruce right now to the bar mitzvah.
Please.
What is that, Bruce?
I said, don't do this to him. He's dying over there. It's not fair.
No, he's not dying. You're dying.
No, I'm not. He is.
Bruce, you know you want to be at that bar mitzvah.
Oh, hi. Are these Al's son's friends? I'm the well, not the producer, the engineer on the Howard Stern Show. Bruce, you've heard of me? Any autograph hounds here? How could you leave him out, Al?
You want me there more than he does.
How could you leave Bruce out of this?
This isn't fair.
Al, why did you not invite him?
Anytime you have one of these affairs, you always come down to a couple of people that you really like to have, but you have to draw the line somewhere.
Hey, Bruce, if my wife gives me a son, you can come to the bar mitzvah.
Well, thank you.
He's still alive.
He won't
Hey, let me
remember
tell you
13
something.
years from
Bruce
now.
was one of the least cheap people when my daughter was born. Gave me a $50 bond.
Ooh.
And I didn't expect that at all.
Wow, I didn't know that.
You know, Bruce, I'd forgotten all about that. I was going through my bonds because they mature. You're supposed to they were immature when Bruce gave them to me, but when they mature, you're supposed to cash them in.
Yeah.
And Bruce gave a $50 bond.
Wow.
Which is what, about $35, right?
Right.
Yeah, 37 or something like that.
Which is a lot more than anybody else did. And Bruce wasn't even the engineer on our show.
I know.
Al, you would have done well to invite Bruce.
That's
Bruce is in
right,
his
Al.
depth. I think
You didn't tell me this before.
Al, you're a nasty person.
I am.
All right, there you are.
See, Freddie and I together are going to give you $10, Al. You could have got a $50 bond.
11 past 4 o'clock at WNBC. I think Bruce would have been good for $100.
Sure. Bruce is a good gift giver.
Although Bruce would have brought his girlfriend with him, I'm sure.
Ate 2 meals.
Who wasn't too bad looking, by the way. I was checking her out on videotape.
Oh, yeah? Did you watch that videotape?
Someone videotaped the picnic.
Yeah.
And, you know, your girlfriend doesn't look half bad.
She's a very attractive young lady.
She's not bad looking at all. I wouldn't mind taking her. She's a redhead, isn't she?
Yeah.
Is she red?
Strawberry blonde.
She has red hair all over her body?
It's the same color all over, yeah.
Really? Ooh,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah.
How do you know, Bruce?
Whoa! Somebody told me.
Oh. Someone told you? Sailor?
Does she tease that hair?
Oh.
Because I noticed in the pictures her dress was about 3 feet,
Come on.
3 feet blown out.
Looks like a tumbleweed.
Well, if you play your cards right, Howard, maybe Bruce will give you her for your birthday.
Yeah. I saw Bruce teasing his girlfriend's hair the other day. Nah, 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 nah. Anyway, we got to get back to the radio.
Yeah.
Emmy Awards.
But we also have to do the news.
And we have the news with Robin Quivers.
Yes. Aside from Al's bar mitzvah, lots of other things are going on, like the closing arguments in the Bernard Legaros trial. All of the testimony has been given. One of the final witnesses today, Andrew Crispo.
Yeah, why don't we give a leather mask to Al's son for his bar mitzvah?
That's a good idea. Get him started in the right direction. Head him towards the Rockland County.
And then he can eat from a dog bowl on the floor.
Yeah. But anyway, Crispo took the stand today and took the Fifth Amendment, did not testify at all. The jury was not in the room at the time. He just took the stand. To every question he was asked, he said, I take the Fifth. I refuse to incriminate myself. So he had nothing to say. On leaving the courtroom, he told reporters that he felt sympathy for the family of Igel Vesti and the family of the Legaroses because it was a sad tragedy for them and for him, everything that's happened. Of course, Bernard Legaros is accused of the murder of Igel Vesti, a young fashion student who was found eaten up in Rockland County. So that's all over. It's in the hands of the jury now. I guess the next thing will be instructions to the jury from the judge, and then it's all up to them. They'll have to decide whether Bernard Legaros actually knew what he was doing when he shot Igel Vesti twice through the head. Or was he under the Svengali-like influence of Andrew Crispo? That's right, because even in closing arguments today, Murray Sprung, Bernard Legaros's lawyer, called Crispo an evil spirit who literally bought the body and soul and spirit of Bernard Legaros by giving him a sense of self-worth and becoming a father figure to this 23-year-old former film student. Or was Bernard Legaros under the Svengali-like influence of soupy sales? There's been some theorizing. Is there? Yes. I hadn't heard about that. 7 doctors, including 3 who have testified in the court case to decide whether to oust a child with AIDS from the schools, were named today to a panel to review a 7-year-old's medical condition. Again, this apparently is a backup commission or panel now to determine whether children with the deadly disease should be admitted to the public schools. And the head of the health department announced the members of that panel today. Mayor Koch had said that he thought there should be a doctor's committee to back up the other committee that was doing the review. So now there is one, and I guess they will be looking over the records of that 7-year-old child who is going to school in the city to determine whether that child should actually be in the classroom or not. Opponents of the doomed Westway Highway project urged today that the city use the bulk of an estimated $1.7 billion in trade-in money for mass transit. Mayor Koch is the one who, I guess, will make the final decision, however, and he has not decided how to split the money between mass transit and a smaller highway. So there is going to be something happening on the west side as a result of all that money, but we don't know what yet. And the government may spend almost as much money in fiscal year 1986 to find a cure for AIDS and to assist its victims than it spent on the deadly disease in the last 4 years combined. At least that's the recommendation of a House Appropriations Subcommittee that has already approved spending $196 million to combat the disease next year. That does not mean that you don't have to give. We are collecting money for AIDS. You send that to the End AIDS campaign here, care of Howard Stern, 30 Rockefeller Plaza, New York, New York 10020. Anything will be welcomed.
Yeah, but be serious. Don't just send $1.
Well, if that's all they have, I mean, don't laugh at the people who only have $1 to give.
That's true, because on WBAI they were saying that if each listener gave $1, they said then they would have like $100. $100. If each of their 100 listeners. So just like WBAI, if each of you people gave $1, we'd have $2 million.
Yeah. So think about it. 17 minutes after 4 o'clock.
All right, let's talk about the very lovely Hillside Honda. Yes, you must go for your touchdown deal to Hillside Honda of Queens. These are great guys at Hillside Honda, let me tell you. Much different than any other car dealer, because you can save hundreds of dollars and get immediate delivery on the Honda of your choice during Hillside Honda's end-of-the-year clearance. The 86s are on the way, so the 85s must go. Now, get a touchdown deal on a new front-wheel drive Honda, the Honda Prelude. It's It's a beautiful car, and have you ever driven in one of those Hondas?
No.
Honda Accord is really nice.
I've never driven one. I've been in a Accord.
My father-in-law has one. I've driven it, and I'm 6'5", and I have a little trouble in the small cars, but this one's pretty comfortable.
Yeah?
And for normal-sized people who aren't living in the land of the giants like me, Honda's a great ride and very, very good on repairs and stuff.
Low maintenance, high mileage.
Right. No, but really, I happen to know something about this.
Yeah.
Because I looked this up in a leading consumer magazine. Get the touchdown deal you've been waiting for at Hillside Honda of Queens. Call 718-657-7810.
B. Williams, and join our guests Charles McCord, Alan B. Combs, Chip Sapola, and Don Crickey. Right now, here's your hosts Howard Stern and Robin Quivers.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Honored to be back at the Radio AMEs. Every year, of course, the AMEs come on, and we try to present the best in the radio industry.
That's right.
And I'm honored this year to be the host, and you, Robin, of course, the hostess of the AMEs.
The Academy has gotten together a fine group of nominees this year. It's the most exciting year ever.
Let me say a fond welcome and a thank you to my dear friend Willie B. Williams, who, let's put our problems aside, Willie B. You've said some nasty things about me. I've said some nasty things about you, but, you know...
I have, and I apologize, Howard. This is a day when we should all put down our defenses and come together as one big radio community. You're my brother, Robin's my sister. We're all together in this thing.
Wonderful. Right. How wonderful.
Isn't that beautiful? Everyone comes together at the Radio AMEs, putting aside their petty little differences. And now, our next category.
Yes, what is it?
For the radio personality who had the most embarrassing TV appearance.
Ooh.
Most embarrassing TV appearance.
Tough category.
Our first nominee, Donna Fiducia on the Bill Boggs Show, Bill Boggs producer.
Let's try it again. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Now let's have a helicopter report. And let's imagine, Imogen, close your eyes, kids. You're in the blue dress. Go ahead.
Okay, how about flying over a beach? And, see,
that's all it takes.
All right.
That was pretty bad.
Most embarrassing TV appearance by a radio personality. Our second nominee, Donna Fiducia on the Bill Boggs Show at 12:07 p.m. Faces you never get to see.
Well, I have a television show that we're in the process of getting people a couple people interested in syndicating it right now. We're trying to push that through.
Difficult to do.
It is. I'm sure you know.
And I remember that moment when she got cut off by Bill Boggs.
Yes.
Bill Boggs, who has nothing happening in his career, cuts off someone who doesn't have anything happening in her career.
Let's not talk about your television show.
And our final nominee, Donna Fiducia,
my goodness.
I think it's a sweep this year. For Donna Fiducia on the Bill Boggs Show, Faces You Never Get to See, 12:15 p.m.
Do people recognize your voices, for example, when you go places?
Sometimes.
What happens? Give me some examples of places you've been.
I was sitting at a Ranger game, and I was talking to somebody next to me.
You turned to the hot dog man. And
really. I was getting popcorn or something. I don't know. The Rangers were getting cremated. It was a couple of years ago. And and somebody turned around, sitting in the front seat, right in front of me. And he turned around and goes, "Are you Donna Fiducia?" And I went, I said,
wow.
Yes. How did you know? And he said, I recognized your voice.
Well,
yeah, I recognize your voice. My wife killed herself after she heard it. Anyway, the winner...
The only question is, which segment does she win for?
That's the key. And let me open up the envelope here. I know it. Donna Fiducia for segment number 2, 12:07 p.m. Faces you never get to see. Donna Fiducia on the Bill Boggs Show. Donna Fiducia, accepting for Donna Fiducia, I believe Donna Fiducia up in the end copter right now. For most embarrassing TV appearance, let's go right up.
Donna, what do you have to say about your award?
I'm so honored. This has to be the highlight of my career to date. Howard and Robin, I have you to thank for all of my recognition, which is obviously very little, but I thank you all. Thank you so much.
All right, there it is, a very gracious speech.
Yes,
again,
short but sweet.
Probably she'll win a Radio Emmy for that speech next year.
World's worst acceptance speech.
You're supposed to thank the Academy.
And your mother and father.
But it's not my mother and my father in the Academy. It is
well, they made you an idiot.
Yeah, without them, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah, it's their genes.
That's true. I guess, all right, I'll thank my mother and my father for standing by me after all. Without them, where would I be, right?
Living in the love camp.
Oh, shut up, Mr. T.
Don't you want to thank your no pest strip also?
I'm just speechless, believe it or not. That doesn't happen to me often.
All right.
I just can't believe this is happening to me.
There you go. Donna Fiducia graciously accepting.
And we'll see you at the party afterwards.
No, you won't. She's uninvited. Her and Bruce aren't invited.
That's okay. I'll save the money.
All right, and there it is, the Radio AMEs. We'll be back with more. Our friend Willie B. Williams and Robin Quivers and all the great radio people.
Yeah.
Right after these words.
When you add it up, the price and performance of the Tandy 1000 is unbeatable. With the Tandy 1000 from Radio Shack, you get a big choice of PC-compatible software to allow your business to do the job efficiently. And along with the price performance of the Tandy 1000, you'll have Radio Shack technology, service, and support. We'll be here when you need us. We've taken the high cost out of performance. Call Radio Shack today. Tandy, clearly superior.
It's a real catch-22. You need a job to get experience, and everybody wants experience before they'll give you a job. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Well, it's tough because it's like I'm not really sure which way I want to go. I don't know. It just all depends on what comes up or what opportunities are there. I just pray a lot and then hope for the answer to come.
Kelly Services has the jobs today that you can be working at tomorrow. Listen.
Kelly put me to work the very first day. Had me take some thorough testing. Typing, shorthand, English, spelling, your basics, and then they did interview me, and it's worked out just perfect.
Kelly has immediate openings in a wide variety of jobs you'll know you can do, and so will Kelly, because nobody puts temporaries to the test like Kelly.
I've told all my friends about Kelly. Now a lot of them are working as receptionists, secretaries, typists, in word processing, just about anything, you name it. Kelly has all kinds of jobs.
Kelly Services, the Kelly Girl people, an equal opportunity employer in the white pages.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to call Kelly.
All right, the BQE, man, that is one great place. Everybody I know goes to the BQE, New York's most complete racquetball and fitness center. You really must see this place to believe it. The BQE has a 24-hour... Well, it's open 24 hours.
It's a 24-hour facility, the only one in New York.
From
the other end.
It costs... All right, it costs $1 a day to join the BQE, believe it or not. $1 a day. It's all that it costs.
Can you pay for it that way?
It has the most, yeah. Well, I don't know if you can pay for it that way. You probably got to join for 20 years. You have never seen a club more equipped than the BQE. Indoor pool, sauna, steam room, extensive aerobics program, a fitness and free weight center with over 10,000 square feet of equipment and over 2 full Nautilus circuits. And the BQE has a professionally trained staff. They have aerobics and a big Court 21 dining area. If you've joined the health club, I guarantee you the BQE has more. Give the BQE a call at 718-726-4343.
Have you earned your $100,000 today? Well, you can do it by watching the $100,000 Pyramid at 7 on Channel 9.
Hi, this is Dick Clark. Ever wonder who's going to make $100,000 today? Oil tycoons, Wall Street wizards, but there's somebody else. Because on the $100,000 Pyramid, some contestant may walk off with the biggest cash prize on television. It might even be you. The $100,000 Pyramid. Not bad for a day's work.
The $100,000 Pyramid, weekdays at 7 on Channel 9. We're coming on strong. Just watch.
Pick up your WNBC Stroh's Think Before You Drive bumper sticker at participating retailers. Stick it on whatever you drive for a chance to win an Apple IIc personal computer, complete with 2C monitor and stand, image writer, and AppleWorks to show you how to use it. All furnished by Transnet Computer Stores, conveniently located in Union and Ocean, New Jersey. So pick up your WNBC Stroh's Think Before You Drive bumper sticker for your chance to win on 66 WNBC.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 3rd annual AME Awards Show with Roscoe, Frank Zappa, Donna Fiducia, Gary Delabate, John Hayes Jr., and your hosts, Robin Quivers and Howard Stern.
All right, thank you so much. Robin, good to see you at the Radio AME.
Thank you, Howard. You look so handsome in your cup.
Thank you so much. Every year we like to award the radio industry Well, give them some sign of recognition that we appreciate what they're doing.
Well, this is our way, as an industry, of congratulating each other for our good work.
Absolutely, Robin. And I'm thrilled to be here. My dear friend Willie B. Williams is here. Scott Muni, of course. How are you, babe?
Pleasure to be here, Howard. Pleasure, Howard and Robin. You both.
I don't know. As much as you stuff them in, they seem to keep popping out.
Oh, dear.
Whoa! I love to pound them. So much fun. Just going for the humor, you know. All right. Normally I wouldn't punch your breast, but we're at the Academy.
Yeah, you know, for this kind of an occasion, I allow it.
You got to do what's good for the show. All right. Scott Muni, of course, is here, and Scott Muni will be our next presenter in the AMEs. For people who you never believed you'd hear again in radio. And the nominees are, Mr. Muni?
This was a year of comebacks in radio, Howard. The category, the nominees are, number 1, Wolfman Jack. First nominee.
Wolfman Jack, the Wolfman Jack Show.
And here's the tape.
The hottest show in town is coming direct from Broadway. Wolfman Jack, starring as Annie.
The sun comes out tomorrow. Set your bottom down tomorrow. What may
Singing his way into the hearts of millions, Wolfman Jack's first stage starring role. Yes, Wolfman Jack plays the adorable young orphan and her lovable pet, Sandy. It's fun for the whole family, featuring Isaac Hayes as Daddy Warbucks. Listen to what the public is saying.
He's so cute. I mean, it's
all right, Wolfman Jack.
It's the best thing I've seen since Tora.
This is what the theater is all about.
Shut it off. That's enough of that clip.
All right, Scott Muni, our second nominee.
Second nominee in this category, Jack Spector.
Jack Spector, for people you never believed would ever show up on radio again. Jack Spector producing.
What do you like to be called, Jake or Jack?
I don't care. Just never late for breakfast, that's all.
Okay, because I hear you calling yourself two different names.
Yeah, I don't know. It does it matter?
I just know whatever you like best.
How about Your Majesty?
There he is, Jack Spector, ladies and gentlemen. And our third nominee in the category of people who you never believed you'd hear again on radio is...
Soupy Sale.
Soupy Sale.
Well, okay, let's see. Ask me anything you want. Let me tell you this. Okay, all right, good. Okay, I'm glad you asked because I'm going to clear it up right now. The reason that I have disagreements is not because I'm being temperamental, and I just wanted to get that off my chest, and I did.
All right, beautiful.
Concise as ever. Wow.
Three old-timers who certainly have surprised the Academy by coming back.
Well, let's say, too, that all of these nominees work at WNBC.
Yeah, that's something. All hired by our general manager, John Idiot Hayes. All right, now let's open up the envelope. I can barely wait.
Who is the winner?
Jack Spector! Accepting for Jack Spector. Where is Jack? Isn't he back there?
Jack was here a little while ago. Is he going to accept his award?
I can call him on the Jock Line phone number if someone has that. All right. Let's see if we can get a hold of Jack Spector to accept his award.
Apparently he's not here. He's on his way in?
He's on his way to accept the award.
All right.
Got to make his way from the back of the stand.
Jack Spector on his way in to accept the award. Jack Spector producing. The Academy is honored by his presence.
Jack Spector for WNBC.
Jack Spector has been known to shun the Academy, last year stating that he would not be compared to any of his compatriots in radio.
He doesn't like competing against other people in radio.
He's what? He's off today?
Accepting a Chris Doyle.
Accepting for Jack Spector, Chris Doyle, producer of the Jack Spector Show. Chris, feel free.
I want to accept this award for Jack, and I'm sure if he was here, he'd be very proud.
Imposter! Imposter! That's not Chris Doyle. Get him out of here. Have him arrested.
That man was just taken away in handcuffs, ladies and gentlemen.
That man has just been taken away. Well, anyway, This is the most excitement.
An imposter got into the ceremony.
Well, we got a break for Donna Fiducia, and I'll come back and give another award out and also do my big production number.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I can hardly wait. What a big night this is.
I love the Radio Emmys. And coming up on the Radio Emmys, Jackie the Joke Man Martling will be doing one of his extremely funny monologues.
So there's more to come.
Here's Donna Fiducia in the end conference.
On the southbound Cross Island Parkway, sluggish traffic around Bell Boulevard and onto the LIE, but it is moving. We are extra heavy on both the...
Imposter, except Jack Spector's ward. We now have Jack Spector on the phone. Jack?
Yes. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Spector. We did have an imposter. Here is Jack Spector to accept the winner of the Radio Emmys. Go ahead, Jack.
Howard, really, I am, for one of the few times in my life, I'm speechless. I want to thank Chris for being there to accept for me. Really, I'm just overwhelmed by it all. I feel so humble at this moment.
There it is, Jack Spector.
Well, let's ask Jack a question now. Jack, what are you going to do with this award?
What are you going to do with the award?
It will receive the top spot in my den in my trophy room.
Of course, let's explain that Jack isn't here tonight to accept the award in person because of Yom Kippur, the Jewish thing that Jack is doing. Of course, Jack changed his name to hide the fact that he was Jewish, and it's interesting that he takes off the Jewish holidays.
You promised not to tell, Howard.
Is that your real name?
Of course it is.
Yeah, but that wasn't the real name your grandparents came over on the boat with.
It's the one on the birth certificate, baby.
Yeah, but what's the real family name?
What's the real family name?
That's it.
Oh, boy.
To my knowledge.
Spectorwitz.
Yeah. Mr. Jew, who's trying to be Mr. Gentile, thinks it'll help him in the ratings. Well, there it is, Jack Spector. You know what he's probably doing today? He's probably home working on his eyeglasses business.
No, as a matter of fact, I just got back from there.
All right. There it is.
Thank you, Howard.
All right. Thank you, Jack. Bye-bye. There it is.
And that's the AMEs.
Are we going back to commercials? More commercial words, and then we'll be back with more AMEs and my big production number to end the show. And Jackie the Joke Man Martling.
Any time of the day, it's the right thing to say, Booze.
When it anchors away, Booze.
One by ours. Bye-bye.
After a great play, Booze.
Fantastic. A triple play. I'll buy the Booze.
For a perfect soiree, Booze.
Great party. I think I'll stay.
Booze.
Oh, we're going to play Stump the Comedians today.
Woo!
Jackie the Joke Man Martling is here, Robin.
Yes, he is.
And you can see him November 1st and 2nd at the Treehouse in Westport, Connecticut. And those Connecticut audiences, they're so lively.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah.
It's going to be up in a treehouse?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a club.
Yeah.
I know you guys get a kick out of that club. Just to give you an idea what Stump the Comedians is about, here's how it works.
All right.
You're on the air.
Hi, Howard. I have a joke to you.
Go ahead.
Why did Natalie Wood not shower while she was on board?
Why did Natalie Wood what?
Not shower while she was on board.
Why did Natalie Wood not shower when she was on the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she washed up on shore.
That's absolutely right.
All right. Well, thanks for trying. All right. That's how it works.
But that's how it works.
Yeah, right in there with that Natalie Wood humor. Like it happened yesterday.
I guess it's because, Robert Wagner has a new series that is bringing that back.
Our audience always likes to tie in.
Yeah.
So, anyway, let's, do we have to break for words here? Yes,
I guess so.
Yep. Essex Credit Corporation. Hey, appropriate that we were doing Natalie Wood there because, RJ had one of the finest boats in the fleet.
That's right.
And, RJ, of course, is Robert Wagner, for those of you not in the business.
That's what his friends call him.
Yeah. For no apparent reason. I mean, the man's name is Robert
J. Wagner.
Yeah, but his
RJ.
name's Robert. Why call him RJ? But we do. And RJ had a boat, and I'm sure, like most rich people, you just don't pay cash for a boat. What you do is you put as little down as possible, and you take out credit.
That's called a loan.
It's called a loan. And that loan, that interest is all tax deductible by the government. Although probably not for long. RJ could have, in fact, gone to Essex Credit people.
Yeah.
The Essex Credit Corporation are boaters, not bankers.
Well, I was going to say, Howard, you know, once Natalie bit the dust.
Yes.
RJ wanted to unload that boat quickly.
Yes.
And I think the people who bought the boat used Essex to arrange the financing
I didn't know
quickly.
that. Did you read that? Was that in the Post? As a matter of fact, you never know who's going to buy a boat.
Yeah.
And one of the things Natalie Wood loved about boating was Essex Credit Corporation.
And how slippery the decks were.
That's right. I think one of her last words was,
Essex!
Anyway, whoa.
There she goes.
Okay. Essex Credit people are boaters, not bankers. That's the important thing. Now, if you need an Essex Credit Corporation loan, here's the toll-free number, 1-800-431-LOAN. In Connecticut, you can call 203-767-2626 and get that boat loan that you wanted so long.
Angostura presents a new way to give your taste a charger.
Sir, may I get you something to drink?
Yes, I'd like something to drink, but not a drink.
Oh, something with taste and sophistication, but not the side effects.
That's right.
I have just the thing.
How did that happen?
Easy. You just mix Angostura and sparkling water. That's the Charger, the adult soft drink.
Angostura? Isn't that old-fashioned?
Not at all. The Charger's imported taste is very new. Try it.
Very smooth. Very dry.
It's also sugar-free, caffeine-free, and virtually calorie-free. And it won't slow you down.
I can see that. I'll have another.
Not so fast. Finish this one first.
Serve the Charger at home. Look for free samples of Angostura on specially marked bottles of Canada Dry sparkling water. And give your taste a Charger.
Hey, man, where do you want me in the group?
In this Ford.
Okay.
We put a live rock group into this brand new Ford. In this other new Ford, we put a premium sound system developed and engineered by Ford especially for their cars and trucks. Now, this gentleman here is completely blindfolded.
Yes, I am.
Now, would you get into this Ford?
Where is it?
Right here.
Okay.
Now, he doesn't know which Ford he's in. The one with the Ford premium sound system or the one with the live rock group. Let's play this cassette.
That one sounds like the live rock group.
Good. Now would you get into this Ford?
Okay. Watch, you get your foot out of my car. Let's start.
Now let's hear the same number.
Hit it, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, tell us, which was the live rock group and which was the Ford sound system?
Could I hear those again?
Come in and test listen the great new stereos for Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury models. More proof from Ford that quality is job one.
9 minutes past 5 o'clock at WNBC, New York. And, of course, Robin Quivers has the news. And, Robin, the big news is...
Yes, what is the big news?
Tomorrow is the Jew holiday.
Jewish
holiday.
Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur.
Yom
Kippur.
What is this Yom Kippur?
I'm not sure what it... Do you know what it means, Bruce? Yom Kippur?
Literal translation? No, I don't.
Yes, I know.
What is it?
It means, Yom Kippur means Day of Atonement. Yom is day.
Oh, it is?
Yep. Thank you, Mr.
Okay.
T.
I know all that stuff.
So what happens on this day, and why is this day around?
What Jews do is... Because a lot of Christians don't think Jews do anything except look for extra days off.
Shop.
Right.
Is what they do on their holidays.
Because we've heard a lot of that being said. But what they do is they don't eat anything for a whole day. And the reason they don't eat... You see...
What?
Why does God not want you to eat for the whole day? Because you're supposed to atone for your sins.
Yeah,
but how is not eating for the day going to make you atone for your sins?
Well, it makes you aware of physical discomfort. It makes you aware of something different than every other day.
Mr. T or Al Rosenberg?
Yeah, who is talking to us?
It depends who you want.
Do you fast?
Yes, I do.
Boy, oh boy, I'd love to be around his house.
How come do you fast? Yes.
Mr. Headache.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I fast for till 10 o'clock because I'm only half Jew.
Well, you're supposed to start tonight, right?
Mm-hmm.
And go until tomorrow night.
Right, so I'll eat dinner tonight and then I'll wait till about 10 o'clock to eat breakfast.
It's very big of you.
Hey, it's hard. I'm eating to win.
That's 14 hours. That's good enough.
No, but really, every Jew is paranoid if they eat. It's like God is going to punish you for the whole year. It might even make you die.
Yeah.
Because this is the holiday where God evidently takes out a book and writes down.
Or he crosses off, doesn't he?
He actually writes down who is going to die, or crosses your name out of the book.
Right, yeah. Everybody's name is in the book today.
No.
No? What is
Rosh Hashanah is where the other holiday, the New Year, is when they open the book. And then that's why they say, Lashana Tova Tika Seva, which means may your name be inscribed in the good book.
Oh, and that's everybody who's going to do what?
And between then and now, the decision is made tomorrow.
Well, I used to know a Jewish sea captain whose name was Yom Kippur.
Oh, boy.
And the Jewish peanut butter, Yom Skippy.
But, no, so anyway, so the holiday is, Mr. T's confusing everyone. Yes. But what you do is the book is open and God will cross your name off a list if he wants you to die. Or if he wants you to, like, lose your legs or something.
Or he, like, crosses half of it off if you lose your legs or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Now, the Jews weren't fighting a war or,
what was the story
being starved to death at this time?
No. One of the few times.
Al, answers Mr. T, not as yourself. You're not funny as yourself.
Oh, sorry. No.
No.
The Jews were...
They're not running away from the Egyptians or anything?
No, that's Passover. That's in April.
But I don't think that God... this is how I feel about it. Because I told my wife not to fast this year. I said... Because I don't care, you know.
If they cross her name off, that's her business.
I'll experiment with her. I'm too paranoid to experiment with myself. So I'll experiment with her. Oh, honey, it's okay if you don't eat. God won't be angry. It's ludicrous.
If you do eat.
It's kind of hypocritical because, a lot of people don't, like, observe all year. Then all of a sudden, one day a year, they don't eat, and then all of a sudden, God's going to forgive you. And I don't see why God would forgive you for not eating. If you've been a good person all year, and you've been moral, and you haven't cheated on your wife, and you haven't had, if you haven't had sex with 12-year-old boys, I believe that God would like that more so than if you just didn't eat for one day of the year.
And when did you become a rabbi?
Hey.